So today we're going to do a freshwater tips and tricks video. I told a buddy of mine I would do this for him, so Kyler, this one's for you. We're out here at the Missouri City Pond, and if you guys can look around, there's a lot of stuff out here. The main things you're going to want to look for when fishing freshwater is some kind of structure, especially if you're targeting bass. It's like that reed line over there, the lily pad's way out in the distance. I don't know how well that camera can pick it up. When we come back, I'll kayak down there and show it on another video. So, but yeah, we're gonna fish out here today. You got all this grass line right here. It's a good place for smallmouth, crappie. You can get some largemouth bass in there. We've already seen a couple of catfish surfacing, so let's see what we can do today. All right, so here's how I'm gonna set this one up for catfish. Quick and simple. Take a 1/4 ounce barrel weight, run a treble hook, tie a Palomar knot, so you go back and watch Kristen's video on how she ties her bait cast. She actually does a pretty good job explaining this knot and how to tie it. So I'd recommend going back and watching that video. Then I'll just cut the tag line. Drop that. Take a split shot. Pretty much about the same way she runs her rod for dropping off the pier. It's pretty much about what I'm doing here.
Don't do that at home, people.
Oh, don't. Only difference is instead of running fish bites and shrimp, you can use fish, or in this case, magic bait dough balls. I'll take 2 of them, and I will cover the hook. And then we'll come up here to I'll show you how to cast this thing out. Now you might want to come up here so you can get a better view. So you'll tighten the drag up a little bit, open the bail, hold the line out a little bit, and send it out. Then close the bail, loosen the tension, and that's it. Alright, so quick and simple. Now I'm going to show you how to throw a cast net. It's a little 4-foot net, so it's not very big. So it's easier to cast off this little ledge that we're on, this little pier. Then all I'll do is just hold one end here, keep your line straight in front of you, grab one end here, take your line out, whatever, and then, well, you might want to come on this other side so you can kind of get a better view here.
Something just right down here.
Then get a good spin on it. Then you'll just let it sink to the bottom. At the very least, you just want to make sure there's no trees or branches or anything underneath you. I doubt we're going to get anything, but at least I'm just showing you how you throw a cast net. I know, I did get some fish. Look at that. That's a little bluegill. A couple of sunfish and some. So yeah, that's how you throw a cast net. Simple, quick. Let's get these guys all back in the water here. Some of these would actually be good catfish bait, honestly. But we're not keeping any for bait. This is just my how-to video. Look. And the trying to help people that are just getting into this hobby out. I like this net here because it's not the monofilament line, it's a nylon, so it spreads a lot easier. This time we're going to cast it right off the side here. I just cast it right there, so let's see what we can get here. So again, I'm just holding it. Show you real quick closer up. So wrap it around your wrist, keep your line straight, hold the crown of it right there, straighten it out a little bit, take this end here, hold it up, grab from the bottom here, and then just a nice little spin. So if y'all go fishing and you ain't got bait, you go spend 30-40 bucks on a cast net. Now, it is illegal to keep game fish out of a cast net. So if you catch a bass, catfish, or anything like that, that was horrible, you do have to throw those back. There's a nice little circle.
Can I try?
Alright, so now Kristen's going to try to throw a cast net for the first time in her life.
This ought to be interesting.
At the very least, it could be funny.
I got kicked off the softball team even before. Well, during tryouts, they said, yeah, maybe you should go to track. I can't throw.
I mean, even hitting the reel, it still kind of opened up. So, I mean, not bad for your first time throwing over a rail. So this is a rattle trap lure. These are used for catching like largemouth bass, smallmouth. You can catch all kind of other fish. I've even caught saltwater fish with them. So Kristen is going to show you how to cast that on a bait cast reel. Keep in mind, this is her wonderful rod and reel that she uses for everything from catching black drum to whatever else in between. All right, go ahead and cast that out.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and keep my thumb on the line as I press down that button. This is going to let that line be free. As I cast back, I'm always going to keep my finger on the line, but I'm just going to let up a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to backlash on you. I'm going to go ahead and go back. My thumb is still on this. I'm going to go ahead and release. Not the best. I'm just learning how to do this. Let it drop to the bottom and just pull it in.
And all you do on these is just cast and reel. You don't want to reel them too fast. You don't want to reel them too slow. You'll feel the perfect vibration on these guys as they're rattling in the water. Now what you'll also notice on these guys, and the reason why they call them a rattle trap is if you listen, they got little beads in them which gives that rattling sound, which is what attracts your fish. So these guys work for all kind of stuff and they're easy lures to use. Alright, so the next lure I'm going to show you how to use for catching bass is going to be a buzzbait. Now this little propeller on here will actually spin on the top of the water, which I'll show you here in a second. Now these guys you just cast and reel in as well. And we're going to cast probably right over in front of this big old lily pad right here, which that would be nice in my backyard pond actually. The size of that lily pad. So cast that out. This one here is only a 1/4 ounce, but if you'll see, it sinks, but here in a second it's going to come up to the top. And it gives that propelling action, which is what's going to attract your largemouth. Now largemouth bass are predatory fish, and they got what's called a lateral on their lateral line. They feel these different vibrations of your baits, and that's going to prompt them to bite. Now, to find your largemouth bass, you want to find some kind of structure, such as this grass line, sunken trees. Honestly, those lily pads down there. So next time I come out here after we come back from Florida, I'm going to kayak down there to those lily pads and drop a couple of grubs or some worms or something down there and see if I can find anything. But that'll be in about 2 or 3 weeks, because next week we will be in St. Augustine, Florida. So hopefully y'all tag along for that one, because we got a lot of fun stuff in store on that video. Well, actually, let me rephrase it. That's going to be a couple of videos that we're going to get out of that week-long trip, because there's a lot to do in St. Augustine, Florida. And one of my favorite trips I'm looking forward to is going out to the spring. But yeah, I'll cast it right up here so you can see and get about. Got a couple of fish right there on the end there. But that's all it is just that. So that's how that lure works.
So we moved up to this little canal over here. It's not far from that little pond we were just at. And Chris is just trying out some different kind of lures, see if we can find anything in here. It's a really warm day here, so most fish like to stay in deeper waters.
Warm ain't the half of it. 108 outside. Yeah, it's hot. Got a couple of turtles in here though. See? A lot of turtles in this little canal. But all I'm using is this little small spinnerbait. Awesome. Just cast it out and it'll float like this, and this little paddle will just spin around in circles and attracting fish. So yeah, I'm just gonna cast out a few minutes and see what happens before we move spot. Hey guys, so we're gonna leave the park right now. Unfortunately, someone came up and started blaring some music and doing some illegal activities, and we couldn't stomach the smell of it, and we left. So we're gonna go try out another spot real quick.
Hey guys, Kristen here. Thanks again for joining us today on our little tips and tricks adventure that we had out on a pond. I believe that was out in Missouri City. So it was just a few tips and tricks to help you guys out. Remember, all those freshwater tips and tricks you could also use in saltwater. You know I do. I'm very unconventional when it comes to all that stuff. So stay tuned. We have exciting news. If you were listening to the video, you heard Chris say that we're heading down to Florida. We're going to St. Augustine. St. Augustine is near and dear to me. I've been going there since I was about 7 years old. So we get to bring the kids every year. We go around the town. We're going to go to a spring. A lot of adventures. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. Join us. We can't wait for you to come with us, and we'll see you soon. Also, don't forget to go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything either. See you soon. Bye.